9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
To grab my demon
1.
souls. Okay.
With its complementary
And
cannons.
just to quickly show gear, Raz's Ritual Forge, playing Sigil of the Cosmic Hunt because it's a
5,
low target count
4,
dungeon, and I don't have
3,
Mythic Antenna.
2, 1.
Talents are here.
Since the decimation of our
Okay, so coming into the first pull, I'm going to set my focus. I'll just set it on the back Shadow Mage here. And I'm going to Blade Dance before I start pressing Immora. That's so my Burning Wounds are applied. And then I'll Trinket. I instantly grab my Demon Soul, and I get my Annihilation and my Death Sweep off. After meta, getting all my Immoras back out. And all my Demon Surges have been used now. Just going to stun here. And that's all my damage done, pretty much. Now I'm just going to hit the Curse Blade. I would, even if this pull was alive for 5 more seconds, do not press Immolation Aura. You don't press an Immora when the pack's dying. That's the biggest issue that you could probably have on Dawnbreaker. Or not Dawnbreaker, sorry. Fel-Scarred. You really want to make sure you do not press an Immora on a dead or dying pack. I'm going to wait until these mobs come in before I press my Immora. And then I press it with my I-Beam so I can get the Demon Soul. I'll kick next on the Shadow Mage. And Sigil of Flame's not high priority on this. In general, all you're really looking to do is save your Immolation Auras for your next I-Beam window, because then they'll get buffed by the Demon Soul, and that also lets you use Vengeful like every second. So now you see I Vengeful, I'll I-Beam, I'll pick up my Demon Soul, and I use my Demon Surges, so all my Demon Surges are in that critical buff window. And even those Immoras were pressed kind of key level diff. Pressed a little too late in the pull, and I should have saved them. My Rage Fire just got wasted, which is so much of your damage on this. Our tank went through the ship. Alright, when he gets here, I'm gonna Blade Dance again. That puts out Burning Wounds for the increased damage on Immora. As soon as I press the Immora, this is when I'll Trinket. I'll pick up my Demon Soul and use both Demon Surges. Then I'll Vengeful, and I'm just gonna Death Sweep, spam my Immolation Auras out. And then I'll use my Empowered I-Beam. And after all my buttons are on cooldown is when I will use my Sigil of Doom for that last Demon Surge. I'm going to blur as soon as this comes out on me. You can actually Blade Dance the last tick and get the shielding on it, but I should be fine because key level. And same thing I mentioned, I'm not going to press Immora, but I will press I-Beam. Immoras I want building up and save for the next pull. I-Beam has a very, very short cooldown. You just want to press it on cooldown. By the time I need it, it's going to be back up. So not pressing there would just be a full wasted cooldown. But now you can see I have both my Immoras coming into this pull. So I get in, I'm going to Blade Dance, I'm going to pop my Immoras, I'm going to I-Beam, and then after my I-Beam, when I grab my soul, I'm also going to Vengeful. That will give me initiative again, which overlaps those Immolation Auras as well as all my Demon Surges. And it's like, do I have a lot of damage here? No, it's regular 20-second window. And I'm not going to do the damage they're doing. I feel like I also just had some bad RNG there, but, you know, it's some damage outside of cooldowns. Most of your damage is still going to be that burst inside of cooldowns, so Hunt can just be pressed on cooldown. There's nothing special about it. Just does a little bit of damage. Make sure you walk through the mob so the dot is applied. And I'm going to use one Immora here. If I'd procced, I wouldn't have used more. Same thing, I'll blur on this Bursting Cocoon just to make sure I'm safe. I don't really need it for the boss here. Also, that dot, it will not pop at the end if the mob died. So the dot stays real, but there is no pop at the end. Gonna press an Immora before I send my Trinket and start my combo. Pick up my Demon Soul. use one Immora here, Annihilation, so my Inner Demon's used before the I-Beam, and then I'm gonna spam out my Annihilations until around the time Consuming Fire is done. I just realized as I was doing that, that's for raid build. Keep pressing Death Sweep on cooldowning keys, even in single target. And I'm gonna save this Immolation Aura for closer to the end of meta, so it overlaps my next I-Beam, so I can Immo now. And I'll Vengeful. Death Sweep gets used on cooldown. Just keep slamming damage. And in single target, Sigil of Flame is going to be my lowest priority generator. Make sure I get my Demon Surge off before that ends. Probably better for me to just not Vengeful on this damn boat. Okay, so I'm gonna Immora now because they're overcapped. Waiting for I-Beam to come up, and we're just gonna push the boss very quickly here. Boss should push right now before the debuff, so we're good. No debuff. If the debuff went out, we'd have to stay on the ship and get healed. Because we're steady flight, we can sit out here. You can also see the death wall is bigger than the purple. You can actually see it. It's this line.
2, 1.
So don't want to fuck with that. Use my Immolation Auras so that I'm not overcapped. My next Immora I'm just saving for the I-Beam window. And that's just so I don't have to wait to press I-Beam. And I'm going to send my buttons here, use my Immolation Auras before I meta.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Spaced out that Immora because you want higher uptime on the tier set for the 20% bonus damage to Chaos Strike and Annihilation. And then this last one will be used on, well, uncancelled. Used right at the end here, and it'll cover this I-Beam. Picking up that Demon Soul instantly after every I-Beam. Getting that Demon Soul instantly so it's overlapping as much of that Immora as I can make it, as well as having it for the Demon Surges that I can have it for, is going to be the best way to get my damage. I will say, it would be better for my overall had I not pressed meta there. Obviously, saving it for the big pull here would be good. But
4,
that's not better for timing the
3,
key. Where's
2,
our tank?
1.
And even now, you can see that by the time we pull whatever we're pulling, I'm going to be down to like 40 seconds on the cooldown, so better that I saved.
Kick.
I'm going to stay back to kick this mob in. I'm waiting for everything to get grouped before I Immora. Spam up my Immolation Auras, and then go into I-Beam. Sitting in a spot where my Immoras are going to be hitting every mob. Kick that in. I can stun when that beam goes off. Oh, they are so DR'd. That's actually... It's casting on the tank. I probably didn't need to do it, but that's fine. Immoras for this I-Beam.
Kick.
Grab my Demon Soul instantly.
Kick.
Just interrupt one of these guys, and we're good.
Beware.
Waiting for I-Beam to come back up, because the cooldown on it's pretty short here. I'm just going to drop a Darkness in the meantime. Pop my Trinket. Immora. Send my combo and grab my Demon Soul. Vengeful when I meta. Death Sweep into Immolation Auras. Send my Inner Demon before I I-Beam again. Pack's dead. Awkward because, yeah, everything came up, you know, as the pull was dying, but it's okay. I'm actually going to save this Immora for a little bit further towards the end of this meta.
Beware.
Press it now. Vengeful out. little psychotic to do this inside, but that's okay. Same thing. I'm not pressing Imora. I'm waiting for I-Beam to come up to use Imora. I press it now.
Beware. Beware.
That's really unfortunate, but it's okay. But you want to use the Immolation Auras with the I-Beam, because that gives you the Demon Soul.
Beware.
And then I'm going to I-Beam. This will pop me, so I don't need to worry about my health bar. And we're going to need to get out in 2. I want my Rage Fires to all hit first. Press Sigil of Flame when I'm out, just for a range global and get back in.
Beware.
And same thing, this pack is dying. I am not going to press my Immolation Aura right now. I will I-Beam. I-Beam will keep me nice and healthy. But I'm saving my Immoras for whatever we pull next, because the pack would have died during. I'm going to put my focus on the Shadow Mage, because Shadow Bolts are way... Oh my god.
Only the strongest survive.
That was not something I was expecting to happen. I think my Trinket procced and ripped Threat on the Tactician.
Kick.
Okay. Press my Trinket with my Immolation Auras. I'll type for a buff. Get my Immoras used. But unfortunately, a lot of the pack is just going to be dead now, and I lose a fuckload of damage from that death. That's super frustrating, actually. Just got autoed for 13 million by this mob. I think it was just my Trinket proc, though. Recommend Fel or Eldrazi for weekly Moleman 10 to 12 keys. Whatever you prefer. There isn't a better one for that key level. It's just whatever you prefer. Yep, so setting my focus.
Kick.
Gonna Blade Dance again before I
Kick.
press Immolation Auras. I'm gonna kick that mob in. My kick got baited. Unlucky. So I'm gonna watch to Darkness here. And I'm going to Fel Rush as soon as that orb goes, which lets me stay through.
Kick.
I might have put that in the wrong spot.
Kick.
Dude, every time I try to kick that thing in, I fuck up. Spinning my combo.
Beware.
They're fully stunned yard again.
Kick.
I'm just going to Fear Sigil,
Kick.
and then I'm going to kick. We're taking big damage in a second here. I did not play this pull particularly well. We're coming into it without damage. And we didn't even Lust. We had Lust up. That guy's just dead.
Kick. Kick.
Unfortunately, all my cooldowns have been getting pressed as a pull dies, but that's just how things have lined up this key.
Beware.
I thought we didn't Lust. I don't know why. I'm going to blur this dot. I think it's the first one I'm getting, but we're down to single target, which is when this is going to be most dangerous for a Havoc. When the pull is big, it's actually a pretty safe pull. That's so bad.
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
We've weakened the Nerubians' foothold on the town and their commander.
I didn't get back in time to kick.
Taken the inn as a foothold, and a lieutenant leads them.
kick one on the healer specifically. I can I-beam and I'll be good. Doing Grandma's house. I'm gonna be really safe on this one because I'm in meta, so I don't need to worry really at all. Especially when I I-beam here. Health bar's not really gonna move. Why are my plates showing through my UI now? They used to not do that. That'll be an LPUI change. I should have leave that Imora a little bit here, actually. It's okay. Safe on that one, because I-beam lines up. Not gonna personal unless I don't have I-beam for a given dot. And the dots that are outside of the group AoE are typically just safe. It's not something I'm gonna be worried about at all. Pressing Imora here, and then I'll be safe from self-healing. This one I'll personal, because this is going to overlap with the group AoE. And then I just want to make sure that I Blade Dance during the Shadow Decay, because Shadow Decay hits into Reflective Dance. Pick up my souls during, and I'm good and healthy.
Luckily, my daughter and her children are sick. You've weakened the commander and cleansed my home.
Only pressing one Imora, because again, Pack's like almost dead. And we should be going to... Yeah, we go boss. I think. We're like 6 count short, but... That's not enough. We'll figure it out. Okay. So I'm just gonna send here. It should be... Oh, it's ads first. Okay. Slam my damage into the ads. I'm gonna kick the first one. And then I'm gonna stun after this becomes... Okay, we're good. I didn't have my stun, but I have my misery. Someone else stop first. But you don't want to stun early. You want to stun after the cast start. And because I kicked one of the first ones, it was fine. I'm gonna I-beam into this one, so entirely safe. When you're I-beaming into rock damage like that, you're just gonna be healthy, especially because on Fel-Scarred, you're gonna be getting Demon Surges, you have the Demon Soul buff, so your damage is greatly increased, and you also have Fel buff. So I'm gonna kick one here, and then I'm gonna look to stun. Stun now. I overlapped, but it's okay. We don't have damage coming for a second. I'm gonna type Darkness, and I'm dropping Darkness because this is the overlap. So now it's gonna be Shadow Decay plus that hitting, which with Darkness is pretty safe, but I think we just high rolled the shit. And yeah, now I'm healing more than the tank. When is Alpha coming? The second? I shouldn't have it at that time, though. Shade, so... I would be on, like, a later wave at earliest. I don't have any AoE stop for these ads, so hopefully my team does it. If I get casted on during this, I'm just gonna blur right now. I'm gonna look to health pot. So I slam my health pot there. I got clipped by that, which was not ideal. Got back and I-beamed into that, so I'm safe. Not gonna send cooldowns. Maybe should have. If the boss was like even 5% higher, I would. But I'll just stay for the mob up top at this point. Press 1 Imora now. And we're just finishing off boss here, so I'm just gonna kick one of the first ones that casts. And I'll stun after this. We need 3 droplets. I don't know. Back here?
Wait. No! They've sent a force back up and retaken the Dawnbreaker!
Oh, now we have a lot of extras. Well, I'm not going to send cooldowns into these.
If the Order of Knights steal
They don't have any health.
Merildar will be defenseless.
Who's pulling these? What was that? To see a beam go out and hit this one. This key got pretty scuffed, but that's okay. We have more than enough time. Use my Immoros. Make sure you're not standing on anyone during the eruption. Had to get my Demon Soul, which feels awkward, but pressing Immoros until I'm not overcapped. Get a side towards the mobs. These things don't hit hard. They have an 80% damage dealt reduction, so they really don't matter. Okay, and we spread out again. Next one could be on me, so don't want to be on an ally, especially because I don't want to get doubled. But I'm I-beaming here, so I should be entirely safe. Blade Dance also does work for reducing the damage from this, because it hits as like a... not an actual dot, it's something being cast on you. So Deflecting Dance does reduce the damage.
Light of the flame. What is that fresh horror?
We're just going straight into boss here.
Beware.
Sending I-beam into those windows ideal.
Beware.
Looks like all these are dealt with, so I only had to do 1 bomb. I can netherwalk on the next one if we need. With 2 ranged, I don't think I will, though. Press Imora for the I-beam. Looking for the Demon Soul, grabbing it. Just sending combo. I'm gonna take that out of his hands. He probably would have died if he got that, so good thing I did. And he's porting, but I'm just gonna get my I-beam damage out really quickly here. Okay. There is a trick to doing a pack during this flight RP. But not gonna be doing so now. I do want to throw glaives at him. You can, like, I don't know. It just does a bit of damage. You can also proc your cloak or do something that'll do millions, but do a little bit of damage. I have no reason to go hit the dummies like you would on Eldrachi. Just no reason to do it on Fel-Scarred. But I can go and try to get little bits of damage into him again. Very minor min-maxes. Let's see. Cloak proc. 4.3 mil. Boom. As soon as he's here, he's now hittable. So you can actually hit the boss. You don't need to be up front or anything. The hitbox is down at the front as soon as he turns that corner there. You can Blade Dance on the damage taken from that Rolling Acid as well. and you're going to be maximizing your uptime on spite. So if you get strands, you just go out for as little time as possible.
Beware.
Gonna ammo at the end of meta here. Vengeful and I-beam, grab the Demon Soul. Same thing, Blade Dance works on the Erosive Spray's initial hit damage. So, it's just very good. You can, if you need to, use Blade Dance as defensive, you can. This is a great dungeon for it in general. I would be honest, him standing out there, cringe on him. I shouldn't hit him with it, but that is not a good spot to be standing. Blade Dance here for the health bar. Vengeful with the I-beam. Grab the Demon Soul.
Beware.
And I'm not using Sigil of Flame. It's not a priority on this at all. It's just when you have no buttons left is when you're going to press it.
Beware.
I'm going to Darkness this one. You want it down before the damage comes out because the initial hits are pretty large. Okay, he's Spirit Linked, so it became very pointless. We're going to have another set of Spinnerets coming out here. Just got to prepare to run these out. I don't know how our area's gotten so fucked, but I can Nether Walk down here and snap and then come back up. Just to save some space. We keep getting a bad side. I walked it back just so I'd hit that one for more airspace, and I'm I-beaming here so I'm safe. Sweep first.
Beware.
Make sure I'm not sitting on 2 charges of Immora. And Sigil of Doom can be used whenever it's kind of free in your rotation. And that's Fel-Scarred still doing great damage in a keep. But yeah, I think Ritual Forge or an on-use trinket in general is good. If you don't have Ritual Forge, you kind of want Prism. Priory is okay. Signet of the Priory. You don't want to play minute and a half trinkets. Don't play Lily. Don't play Stone Idol. For the passive, it's the same as what you would all draw cheap. If you have a Mythic Antenna, you use that. But you don't drop item level to run Antenna. Maybe in dungeons that aren't this one, I'd probably run Solea's, but Streets and Dawnbreaker are such low target counts that Sigil of the Cosmic Hunt is just pretty good. Where I can come down and see, 1.6 plus 0.5. So a little bit over 2% of my overall. So yeah. If I had the choice, it would be Ritual Forge plus a Mythic Antenna.